With an eye on the 2028 U.S. presidential election, Vice President JD Vance is walking the tightrope on the Iran war. He's signaling skepticism while staying loyal to President Trump and his Make America Great Again or Maga base. Conservative commentator Tucker Carlson is stirring debates also, condemning the war as disgusting and evil while ruling out Iran for the presidency. Vance remains popular with the Maga base, consistently ahead of Secretary of State Marco Rubio in early 2028 presidential poll preference surveys. When Trump supporters were asked who they would prefer as the Republican presidential candidate in 2028, JD Vance secured 37% votes, a 9% lead over his nearest rival Rubio. In another survey by Polymarket on the potential 2028 presidential winner, JD Vance led the polls at 20%. California Governor Gavin Newsom came next at 18%, and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was at the third spot at 12%. But the Iran war could become an albatross around Republican necks if it drags on and turns conservative voters against the administration. Days ago, in his address in Michigan, the vice president claimed that while he was not in favor of wars, he stressed his loyalty to the president.
Nobody likes war, right? And I guarantee the President of the United States is not interested in getting us, in the kind of long-term quagmires that we've seen in years past.
The vice president also used an explanation of Trump aide Joe Kent's resignation to convey some key messages about his own views. He says if one cannot help implement the president's decisions despite a disagreement, then it's good to resign.
So the president said this yesterday: if you are on the team and you can't help implement the decisions of his administration, he has the right to make those decisions, then it's a good thing for you to resign. And I think that's exactly right. It's fine to disagree, but once the president makes a decision, it's up to everybody who serves in his administration to make it as successful as possible. That's how I do my job, and I think that's how everybody in the administration should do their job too.
Earlier, Trump claimed that JD Vance was maybe less enthusiastic at the start of the war and philosophically a little bit different than he was. But Trump said he and the U.S. Vice President got along very well on the issue. Meanwhile, well-known political commentator and conservative media personality Tucker Carlson has ruled out a 2028 U.S. presidential run. He called the Iran war disgusting and evil. It was dismissed by Donald Trump as not being Maga.